I think, and I'm just trying in my own mind, I'm trying to like put this in its right category. I think if you're still hovering around 500 on March 1st, you're screwed.
Okay.
I think you're screwed. I think if by the time you start tough pocket number 2, which starts on Sunday, March 2nd against Minnesota, followed by the Clippers, followed by Denver, followed by Dallas, followed by Memphis, followed by Houston.
Yeah, that's just brutal.
If you're still 500 or a game or two around 500 by the time the calendar flips to March, I don't think you're going to come back from that. I don't think, given that from March 2nd on, your schedule is so difficult and so tough. In other words, if you're going to put yourself in a position for these games to matter at the end of the season, you better beat Golden State. You better go 3-0 in your next 3 games.
So I gave you 10. I gave you 10 games that they needed to be 10-0. And I really believe they got to go 10-0. Washington, they won. So there's 9 left. At Portland, home against Utah, at Chicago, at Toronto, home against New Orleans, home against Toronto, home against Chicago. You can't lose these. You can't lose a game. You can't lose any of those games.
You can't.
Because you lose one of those games, then you got to make it up somewhere else against one of these better teams. You know, I think maybe it's 45 wins get you in the playoffs this year instead of 46, but it's not 42. You're not getting into the playoffs with 42 wins.
No, and I don't think you're getting there if you're still a 500 basketball team at the beginning of March. I don't think with that schedule you can do it. I really, really don't.